Well, we're here at the coffee shop because it's one of the places where I have my best meetings and have my best conversations, and I wanted to share a couple things with you today. One of the things I want to share is that I've been thinking a lot as the leader of the student ministry and just the leader at church of what it means to make disciples. And do we at Spring Lake Church have a clear process of moving people to greater maturity in Christ? Do we have something that when people come in, they know I need to take this step and this step and this step, and that's going to lead to me being a fully devoted follower of Christ? And so I've been assessing particularly the youth ministry lately and just thinking about our purpose for being at church. You know, the elders and the leaders of the church have defined that we want our church to be about people loving God, maturing in His character, and reaching the world. We want them to do those three things. And those three things can also be our process for making disciples as well. And so I've been thinking a lot about how the student ministry could do that. And there's some key changes that we're making this year in order to help facilitate that change. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to make Wednesday night our entry-level program, the program where most students come and visit first. We're going to make that about loving God. Not that it's not now, but what we're going to do is we're going to be very intentional about it. We're going to have testimony, we're going to have prayer, we're going to have interactive Bible teaching. We're going to make it a place where students feel welcome and that they belong to the church. And we're redoing how Wednesday night looks for that very purpose in mind. One of the things that we're doing as well is we want that Wednesday night to help students really encounter the living God, to help them understand what it means to love God. And once they catch that, we want them to step into the next part of the process, which is maturing in His character. And maturing in His character means that we start to grow, we start to look more and more like Jesus, we start to become those people who are reaching out to their friends and to their family. And so we want to create small groups that enable that to happen. And those small groups can't happen on Wednesday night like they have been. We need them to happen in a more intimate setting. And so we're moving our small groups to Sunday night twice a month. And it's going to give students an opportunity to be in a group with their peers and with adults who care about them, who are walking with them, who are doing life together. And that's going to allow them really to start to change and start to grow and start to be able to share their lives with other people the way Jesus shared His life with the disciples. And then the last part of this is we really want our students to not just, have it be all about them and their growth, but we want them to reach out to their friends and their families in the world. And so we want to give them opportunities through their small groups to reach out to the community, to help out in practical ways, and to talk to their friends about Christ. And so we're going to create opportunities to do that for their small groups to do that. And I want to show you a little visual here. This is what we have chosen to represent what we do at Spring Lake Church. We want to love God, we want to mature in His character, and we want to reach the world. And we also want our students to walk through that process. And so on Wednesday night, we're going to teach students to love God. On every other Sunday night, we're going to teach them to mature in His character through community. And lastly, we're going to ask those community groups, those small groups, to actually reach the world on a monthly basis and sometimes more. And so that's what we really want to see happen with the students at Spring Lake Church. It's a process. And so I know change can be hard, but it's coming, and we're excited to actually make disciples of Christ at Spring Lake Church.